Good morning, everyone. It's Barbara Teckel. It is Monday, October 7th, 2019. I hope you are well. And I am back again this week with another message from the animal kingdom and using Animal Wisdom Oracle cards to just see what maybe we need to be aware of this week and pay attention to, and or just perhaps I hope this message speaks to you in some way that is helpful for you as you move through the week. So as I usually do, I just ask, what is it we need to know and be aware of, for our highest good as we move through this week of October 7th. And today I worked with I got to grab the boxes, sorry, I should have had those sitting here. Okay, I'm back. So today I worked with messages from your Animal Spirit Guides by Dr. Stephen Farmer, and then also the Power Animal Oracle cards, which are also by Dr. Stephen Farmer. And so the first card that I pulled is probably my favorite animal on the planet, an animal I have learned so much from and had some very profound, amazing teachings from. So without further ado, this is from the Animal Spirit Guide deck, dog. Isn't that a beautiful dog? Oh, I just love this dog. So the message on the card says, your loyalty and faithfulness is misguided by serving too many masters. Oh, that's a really good message, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. When I pull cards to share with you for these videos, I pull a card and then I journal with the insight that I'm getting. So right away when I pulled this card, the first thing that I saw, and I don't know if you can see that, but I saw the little heart shape on the end of the dog's nose. And then my eye was immediately drawn to the blues and the greens in the card. Probably because those are my favorite colors. Anytime I see them, my eye just gravitates toward them. To me, they're very calming colors. They're very soothing. I always feel at peace when I see those colors. And the blue also reminds me of water, and water is connected with our emotions and our feelings. So there may be a clue there for us as well. And also, regarding the heart and our feelings and our emotions, there's a lot there, right? Besides the message on the bottom, which I'm going to get to as well. So as I said, dogs have been some of my greatest teachers, and I've written about them, oh gosh, since 2007 on my blog, my website. I've written a couple different books, and dogs have taught me, from my first dog that I had, who brought this awareness to me to start living in the present moment instead of always looking ahead and worrying. And I had another dog who helped me to begin to build my self-confidence in myself. I tend to be an introvert. That's where I'm more comfortable. But this little dog helped get me out of my shell and out into the world and sharing a message. And then I also had another little dog who helped me to understand transitional times in our lives, those times when we're going through a change and when it can feel really uncomfortable. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'll get into a little bit more about that message as we move along here. So anyways, dogs have been very pivotal in my life and helped me a lot. So it was really fun to get dog today. I'm currently without a dog in my life, so being able to connect with a dog in this way means a lot to me today, and I hope it does you too. So I'm going to read the message again on the bottom, which says, your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Now, what does that mean, right? Well, when I look at that message, what I am hearing and feeling is when we get caught up in worrying what others think of us and our choices in life. And when that happens, we stop being authentic and true to who we are, because we're serving too many masters, like the card says. We're serving everybody else except being true to who we are. And what happens when we do that, right? We suffer. We suffer because we're too busy worrying, what somebody else is thinking, and then we are suffering. So as I said when I started out, the heart on the end of the dog's nose really jumped out at me. And I heard, stop putting your nose into other people's business and stay focused on the work at hand of yourself and what you need to work on, and stay centered in the heart of what matters to you. And I can't help but think of a quote from Dr. Wayne Dyer. He was one of my greatest teachers. When I first started out on this journey of, doing this inner work and spiritual work, he was one of my greatest teachers as well. I'm probably not going to get this exactly right, but I believe he said something along the lines of, what somebody thinks of me is none of my business. And it's true, even though it can be really hard to get out of that space, but it is true. And I always think of Dr. Dyer when I hear that quote. So let's see, what else am I going to share with you here today? What else did I write down? Okay. So when we're so busy serving other masters, what I think this is sharing with us, where in our lives are we saying yes when we mean no? And then to ask ourselves, why are we saying yes when we mean no? To really percolate in those questions. And I know for me in my own, some of my own situations, sometimes it was because I worried what others would think if I said no, or I was worried about hurting their feelings. I was worried that perhaps they thought I didn't care if I was saying no. But Dog is reminding us to first be loyal to ourselves and faithful in our own practice of staying in touch with what matters to us and to our own souls. And it's from that place then that we can serve others around us in a more positive way. And we're also coming from that true place within us, right? Instead of a place that isn't authentic. And when we do, others really know it and feel it when we're coming from that place of authenticity versus just saying yes because we think we're supposed to say yes. Now, I just want to give you an example of, that place of, are we serving others and then we're losing out on, the path that we're meant to walk? And I really have a great example for this, I feel. For a long time, I really felt afraid as I started to walk this spiritual path, and I started to open myself to, I had set an intention in 2013 to open to the wisdom of all animals. And I had some pretty profound teachers and animals come along on my path, which is still very recent, still very fresh in my mind. It's something I've written about in a book that's coming out in 2020. But I have to tell you, I am ready to release that book. Yay! But I have to tell you, that has really been a process for me to share with others the path that I walked and the lessons I've learned from animals. One being a dead snake. I mean, somebody might think I have cracked up and lost my mind that I had this profound teaching from a dead mama snake, but it's the truth. And I have to honor that because I owe it to myself, and I want to honor the animals who were so pivotal in helping me heal something that needed to be healed. And to not do that would mean I wouldn't be living from the authenticity of who I am and what I learned. So, when we get too caught up in worrying about, like, I could be so worried what others would think, and they'd think I'm bonkers and lost my mind. That doesn't serve me. That would only hurt me. And I want to continue to be open to the animal kingdom and to learn from them so that I can evolve and grow, as so many have helped me to do and help me heal. I'm so grateful to them. So I'm going to wind back to the message again, that if I would have stayed in that place of worrying what others are going to think when I release this book, I wouldn't be serving myself in a positive way. And I do believe that what I share will help those that need to be helped, and those that that will understand. Or it may give them a new perspective and help shift something within them that helps them to move forward in their lives. So we have to first be loyal and faithful to ourselves, as Dog is saying. And Dog has been that for me almost my whole entire life. Well, I'm going to say for at least the last 20 years. So what do we need to know as we begin to let go of those old ways of being, where we can tend to serve others when in a way that isn't true to our own soul? And how can we do this in a more positive way? So in other words, I'm really seeing this as, first being loyal and faithful to ourselves. How do we take our power back? How do we take our power back? So I chose another card, and this time I worked with the Power Animal Oracle deck from Dr. Stephen Farmer, asking that question, and the animal that presented itself is whale. And the message up here says soul's path, and underneath it says honor your soul's purpose. I mean, how perfect is that? We have to first be loyal and faithful to our own soul's purpose in order to serve from that place out into the world and to those around us in our community. We can't do it the other way. It just doesn't work. We're not being authentic then, and it's going to come across that way. So we have to first honor that, honor our soul's path, and to be in touch with that, and to practice being in touch with that, whatever that is for you. For me, it's meditation, it's working with oracle cards, it's walking out in nature that brings me back in touch with what matters to me. And when I think of whale, I also think about, for me, whale speaks to trusting the mystery in life. Whale shows up quite often in my own personal readings I do for myself. And for me, trusting the mystery sometimes, I think probably speaks to you as well. Trusting the mystery sometimes is so painful. It can be very painful. It can be very difficult, because as human beings, we want to know the answer now. We want to know that everything's going to be okay. But we have to trust that mystery. And when I think about whale and how they dive deep down into the depths of the ocean, and they're down there for a long, long time before they come back up for another, for air. And it's the same for us. Sometimes we just have to be with that mystery. And we just have to let it allow to percolate and to simmer, and then to eventually reveal itself of what our next path in life is going to be. Because, we tend to fill it with busyness. And we tend to fill it with, well, I'll just go help so-and-so. And then we feel better for a little bit. And then we're back to not feeling so good, because we realized we did that out of feeling obligated, because we were trying to fill this void within ourselves that felt uncomfortable. So just learning to be with that mystery and be with our heart and what it's feeling. Like I brought that up earlier about, the blue and the water, being in touch with our feelings and our emotions, and then just working through all of those and feeling everything. And again, it's trusting the mystery, and as Whale is saying to us, and honoring it, that then our path can continue to unfold as it's meant to. And I just have to share this with you. I don't know if it looks like a whale tail to you, but I found this over the weekend. And when I saw it, I saw a whale tail. I hope you can see that. I saw this pendant and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a whale tail. And right away I thought about all the times I've pulled whale during my own oracle readings for myself. And I just had to have it as a reminder to trust the mystery of life and not to push things, but to just be with what is happening in the present moment, in my life and know that the rest is being taken care of. So it's funny because this morning I thought, oh, I want to wear the whale tail necklace. And I'm just home. I work out of my writing cottage most days of the week. And I have nowhere to go. I'm hanging laundry on the line. And for a moment, I thought, are the neighbors going to think I'm crazy? Why am I all dressed up hanging the sheets on the line? But you know what? I wanted to wear whale tail. So I am wearing whale tail. I don't care what anybody else thinks. Well, that was my reminder to not care what anybody else thinks and to honor that, whale has brought me some great teachings in life too. And it's a reminder for me to keep trusting the mystery. So that is the reading today from Dog. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. So let's first begin by taking care of ourselves and being with ourselves and honoring what we need so that we can move out into the world in a more positive way and serve from that authentic place in our hearts. And then also to take our power back is to honor our soul's purpose in order that we may serve in a more positive way. So I hope that was helpful. And I will be back again, hopefully next week with another reading for you. And I will talk to you then. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.